Nazem Kadri suspended, but what about Andrew Shaw? What's going on? It's like a reliving the original Shot from the Point episodes. We're going to be talking about more. And that, and in the crease, Tommy C. That's me. Come on. We're live. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to In the Crease with Tommy C. And we're broadcasting live for a change. It's been a while, and I got none other than Chicago. Devon Dave. What's happening, buddy?
Pretty good. You want to see the top of my head? See how it tastes? Give you some Shaw action.
Oh, yeah. That was really unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, I have seen headbutts from time to time. I just assumed
it
would
that
be...
one.
Well, I mean, look, I don't want to jump too early on... Well, I'm going to. Screw it. It's more sensational.
The battering ram.
It's about getting hits. I'm not a journalist. Here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe he'll get it tomorrow, but it's bizarre to me. The Nazem Kadri incident... And you can check it out in our card section, which has now been added live and will be changed to be in time with when we speak about the cards in the upper right-hand corner. If you notice, the subscription button is now in the lower right-hand corner. So things have changed a little bit with YouTube to our advantage. So any videos we talk about can pop up. And all the videos we're going to talk about today are in the upper right-hand corner. Now, I looked at the Kadri video, and I couldn't believe it because, I got to be honest, it looked like incidental contact to me. Did you check it out? How did you feel?
Yeah, I did. I thought the explanation was pretty good. Yes, I do feel it was incidental contact, and they even make reference to that during the video. Mm-hmm. But what I like what they said was, which is completely true, body position does have to be the player's responsibility. And it does seem like he could have avoided the hit. He had enough room on the baseline. He didn't take it. He made contact. It looked like he could have gave a full-fledged hit. He didn't do that either. So I think the suspension's good. I mean,
really?
I'm good with it.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you wouldn't agree that it's good considering Andrew Shaw seems to have gotten off, at least for now.
Oh, I don't think he's getting off.
You don't think he's getting off? See, I got to be honest. Like, I don't understand like why they didn't wrap that up. And I got to be honest with you.
Did they both happen on the same day?
What's that?
I thought
no, they didn't. They didn't. And admittedly, they did not happen in the same day. Yeah. But I just think that's like a 1, 2, 3 thing. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I got a tweet on Twitter. I probably should.
You got to give them due process, I think, and they're going to give. They're going to make sure they get it right. I just think you wanted Shaw out of there for tonight's game against the Rangers.
No, it's not that. It's not that at all. No. You know me better than that, and I know you better than that. You're not like that either. No, I think that's right. In some sense, yes, because if he misses after tonight's game, it's almost like they're cutting him a break because they do need him. This is a clear suspension to me, and I'll be perfect to flip back to the Nazem Kadri thing. Yeah, it is about body position, but I think even in Kadri's eyes, I think he was a little taken off guard by how low the other player, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, was actually leaning. So I thought it was
big, but he was going at the puck. I mean, so it's just one of those plays.
It's one of those plays. 4 games? Why not 1 or 2? Now, he's considered a repeat offender because he got suspended 2 years ago.
I thought he just got suspended recently.
In 2013.
See, I thought it was recent because it's saying in the story I read was again, like it just happened.
Yes,
he's having to sit again.
That's right. He's been suspended like 3 times in the last 3. Okay, so fine. He's repeated.
Yeah, because a repeat offender, he does not get the benefit of the doubt, and that's completely fine.
No, they don't. And I do believe, and I've said it before, that you do have responsibility for your body, even if you don't mean it. But I got to be honest with you, that one. It looked to me by the expression in his face, and he's like the luckiest player in the world right now. He just got a couple games off because he didn't put a battery in his alarm clock, and then it turns out that it's more than that, so they embarrassed him publicly. And now he's I got to be honest with you, I think this is a borderline call.
It's borderline.
And I got to be honest, I don't think there's any justification whatsoever for the 4 games, considering if he was not a repeat offender. This looked like incidental contact.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, but I am also seeing where they're coming from as far as why the suspension. I think maybe 2 would have been appropriate.
I
3 maybe 4
they
does
probably
seem a
couldn't
little
have given
excessive.
him 2 though. They probably couldn't have given him 2. And this goes back to
a head hit, man.
A really I'm starting to think of roots in history of Shot from the Point. Shot from the Point started as a video blog on my Facebook channel just to be goofy and impress my friends. Then I moved it to YouTube. And if you check in the card section in the upper right-hand corner, you can see me from a couple years ago. Actually, the video got 1,000 hits. And that's was like, oh my, I got 1,000 hits from a video vlog. And I think one of them, there's 2 videos on suspensions. I think they're decent as far as the content's concerned. You can see me, look, I'm skinnier. I got like hair coming all over the place. It's ridiculous. And that's actually what led to a podcast. When I had absolutely no Cronin, that led to, but I did get 1,000 hits. One of the 2 suspension videos, I have like 20 dislikes. I don't even know what I said wrong.
That doesn't matter. I'm sure it offended somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I acted
player.
like a dope, and I misspoke, and it was just at that time there was no money, there was nothing in this. We weren't doing this for anything other than the typical I need attention, and then that just led to a podcast.
I'm kind of drifting away. That was the Shanahan days. When
yes, there was the Shanahan days,
Ah.
April or May of 2012. So if you want to go check those videos out, if anything for a laugh, you could look at the music we use and everything. I actually thought about deleting that video because I used Dr. Dre's.
Well, that's your history, sir.
Yes. But I did think about deleting because I did use Dr. Dre's intro because, like I said, I wasn't interested in making money or anything. Monetization was not even in my stratosphere, much less AdSense or anything else. So yeah, it's a funny video to watch, and I didn't watch it, but I added it to the card, so you guys can come back to me and tell me what you think of it. If not, you just get a really big laugh. Here's the thing. All right, you don't think Saw's getting away with it, and that's really the content of those 2 videos. If he does, that's outrageous.
Absolutely, and a grievance should be filed.
Yeah, but it won't. You remember. Well, we've always said that. Well, I've always said. No one else says this. Players get suspended based on their skill level. Right now, Nazem Kadri's in the doghouse. Did he get hit because he's in the doghouse? And Andrew Shaw, who I know Jersey Jason Les hates, is he because he's on the? I don't know. Is he kind of living in that Blackhawks bubble where we don't? Do they not want? Are they? It doesn't. Putting tinfoil hats on. Do they not want him playing against the Rangers because it's such a big matchup? It's what is it? Wednesday.
I don't know. I mean, like we've seen other Hawks this year get suspended. It's not like a suspension for Hawks players.
Not before a primetime game though, huh?
No, that's true. I mean, look, the NHL does this is a primetime game. It's a Wednesday night game. So I mean, maybe they are protecting the product. Possibly.
Jesus. To think
but
that
does
dangerous.
Feel tinfoilish to me.
It does.
But on the other hand, he brontosaurus battering rammed the motherfucker. I mean,
God,
it doesn't get that much more cut and dry. He really did.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I guess in one sense. But it's just like, it did. It seems a little bit bizarre to me that they wouldn't suspend him. Like, it's an easy suspension. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about this, and I will take calls. If somebody knows the rule or wants to look up the rule book right now that's in the audience, I think that's an auto suspension, a headbutt. At least it was when I was a kid, I think. Yeah. Happy birthday to Little Listito, one of our great listeners, commenters. Happy birthday to you, sir. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what you look like. I don't even know where you're from. I think you're from the New York area. But happy birthday, and we do appreciate you for listening to the Shot from the Point Hockey Channel in the crease of Tommy C. And, of course, our pay-per-view, which is going to get better, Shot from the Point Live. It's not a pay-per-view. That's our big show. That's our monster. This is the one we do during the week.
I haven't done that in a while.
I guess I'm a little tinfoiled about this. I don't like it. Has nothing to do with the Rangers. It has everything to do with fairness because I think a lack of fairness creates danger for NHL players, unnecessary danger. And I think we're on the same page with this. This is not.
You can't have unbalance. You can't have players of certain stature thinking they can get away with things that other players can't. Absolutely. Now I'm wondering if Shaw is trying to say that this was not intentional because he was coming up and maybe he filed something automatically with the Players Association like immediately after the game and they went to the league and maybe that's holding it up a day. That's a possibility. I know stuff like that does happen.
I got to be honest with you. I think if he doesn't get suspended, me and you should make a video demanding his suspension.
If he doesn't get suspended in 2 or 3 days, we are doing a video. Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe it's separate outside of this.
And we're going to send it to Puck Daddy.
We're going to send it now, Puck. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. And the background music's going to be the stripper.
In fairness to Puck Daddy, this was mentioned on one of their headlines. That wait a minute. So, yeah, and I think it is a little weird, and I think it was a good point to bring up. It was more like, what? And it wasn't like, Zach Ronaldo said mean things and joked around about somebody. He didn't do all that shit, but where it might have been necessary in this case. I guess we got to give it another day. But yeah, they don't seem to be too outraged. And is that because he's in the doghouse? Is that because Kadri's in the doghouse? Is it because his stock is kind of down? And just when we thought Shanahan's gone, I conceded that things got better, that he was doing a terrible job, and we get a suspension, possibly, we'll probably know tomorrow, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
That makes, and the worst thing is we have to do a show tomorrow morning. We can't do a live show, and probably even find out. So maybe we'll do. Well, I don't know if I can't do a Friday. I got my daughter this weekend. Fuck. But so. The only way you're getting a Friday extra, folks, is if I get up early enough.
I'll tell you what, if something breaks and you're not able to do it, I'll go live on my channel and talk about it.
And that's another thing. You want to actually? I'll get to your thing later. So let's move on from this subject. I don't know. Did you see the Jacob Voracek and the Flyers versus?
Yes, I did. The fight.
Best hockey fight of the year, maybe. That you've seen?
I think it's definitely a candidate. I'm very much a fan of the one punch KO because you can't fuck with Frankenstein.
Hamhuis got back in it too. That was what made it so exciting. He looked like he was getting. He got it back in it, and then Voracek got a hold of the fight. You can also check that up in the upper right hand corner in the cards. Really, really good fight. If you haven't seen it, super.
Was
great.
A good fight.
Really, really good.
Kind of anticlimactic ending to it, but a good fight.
But and a little bloody. I don't mind the blood. Boom. Yeah. So it was good stuff. We don't talk about it. We only defend fighting. We don't really talk about fights too much on our channel.
Yeah, we didn't break them down. Tail of the tape.
Look, let's face it, 90% of them suck.
Yeah.
They're not like great fights. And it's probably
good
that
looking.
It's probably good that they don't, most of them suck because more people would be getting seriously.
Well, let's face it, we understand what fighting's for. It's for emotion level, it's for defense, it's for all these reasons to get, to pump up the crowd, pump up your team.
It's a tool.
It's really usually not to hurt the other motherfucker. Sometimes it is, but usually not.
No, usually it's not. God, I mean, there's so many tapes of mic'd up players saying good luck, good fight. It is. It's very simply embedded part of the game.
A little bit of pugilism.
Pugilism. Explain pugilism to me.
Fighting. Pugilism
is fighting?
It's fighting.
Okay. That's pugilism. I thought it was something. Well,
it's just a really nice word for fighting.
Is it really? Yeah.
Yeah, boxing.
Like Comfin? Comfin. Yeah, my German courses. Wir Comfin, ich Kampfer. Yeah, all right. That's what I've been doing lately. So we saw that. Sharks GM on Joe Thornton. Our relationship is really at a good place. I almost laughed at his, what a joke. What a joke. This guy needs to be fired. I mean, he is.
Just absolutely. Just Wilson, get out.
What a
just
dope.
Get out.
This guy's a former Norris Trophy winner, too. What a dope. What a dishonest rat. I mean, that's the Sharks hate him because he's a rat. He's a ratty guy. Oh, we're really good right now.
He and I not only have a contractual agreement, but
how much you want to bet
agreement.
Thornton wasn't standing next to him when he made that quote?
Right. Oh, God.
He needs to shut up. We're really in a good place. Boy, that's some serious weak-ass damage control because the media have resoundingly sided with Joe Thornton.
I wonder why.
Even praising him. It surprised me a little bit.
Really?
They're more management first people. I do. I always got that feeling with the they're management first people for the most part. Or Thornton's in trouble with the media for other reasons. But yeah,
it's a guy like Thornton, though. I mean, this is a high reputation guy.
That's true, and he does have a lot of respect. And I think among the he gives the reporters a lot. So the reporters like him more when you talk, and he does talk frankly. And we don't see too many guys talk frankly because of the Jumbo Joe goal thing. When somebody kind of snitched on him, then nobody talks, nobody comes right out. Media loves it. And they don't talk that way because the media will trash them if they have an original thought in their head that they disagree with. So it's kind of like maybe that's why I'm completely tongue tied and I'm moving on.
I see that. That's okay.
Yes. I wanted to say hello to everybody. Hey, we're probably moving. No disrespect to Dave Rose. I can use these cards, and this is going to be a card-heavy episode. I won't talk about them much in the future. They're just kind of pop and appear, especially if you're going to watch it on demand. I'm probably going to be closing the Zazzle site down pretty soon. Obviously, I'll give you guys like a 30-day reprieve if for some reason you want to go. We're going to Spreadshirt, and Spreadshirt allows cards. So if Spreadshirt allows cards, that'd be a great way to get a better product to you. Joe Cronin uses a Spreadshirt. You use Spreadshirt as well, correct?
I use Spreadshirt.
So I think it's time for me to move over and join my friends as far as Spreadshirt. Spreadshirt or selling chalk from the point. The only thing I like about Zazzle is I can sell other things.
I like the name.
Yeah, it's easy to spell and it's like, but
Zazzle.
It's not that great. And I could have
fun to say.
If I was willing to invest a little bit, I could have made a baseball hat. And I want a shot from the point baseball hat like the one that I have. And except for the MLB logo, I would love to have the shot from the point logo in a backwards cap. I think it would be so bad.
I think they have hats on Spreadshirt, my friend.
Well, there's a better reason just to close Zazzle and say goodbye.
I was going to make one.
In my 90 cents or $1.50 that I've earned there. Whatever that is. What else we got? NHL coaches challenge gets approval from the GM. That doesn't mean
it's the big one.
You like this?
I loved. Well, I not that much. That changed as much as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
The big one, the 3-on-3 overtime.
Now this one, I got a problem. I don't know. See, I don't know what it's
the coach's challenge. Okay, yeah, I agree.
It's like coach's challenge. Just.
Throw a little flag on the ice. Like
I think of 1999. I think of how the Buffalo Sabres were screwed out of a Stanley Cup over a rash rule change. The history of the NHL, no professional sports league makes as many rule changes as they do. God, it takes like decades for baseball to make a freaking change, even though they're on a precipice. The NHL makes major game-changing rule changes every single year. And
they do it in season sometimes too, don't they? I mean, if something's wrong, don't they? I would have swore I've seen them do it.
Oh, the only one that I could think of off the top of my head was the that wasn't in season. Was the Sean Avery facing the
doing
goaltender.
it at all is something the other sports don't do. So that's incredible.
Which, as Sean Avery properly pointed out, that was not approved by the NHLPA. So more than likely, these things are going to go through. If they approve these things, they know the NHL, because I don't think the NHLPA is a very strong union. What the hell was that?
That was me doing my Sean Avery.
Oh, Sean Avery? Yeah, it kind of freaked me out too. It works. So that's why I stopped doing it.
Yeah,
I got to be honest with you, before Avery did that, it did cross my mind to do something like that. I remember playing an inline hockey game and not liking the goalie and turning around and saying, "Why don't you go fuck yourself?" And then I'd flip around and "Why don't you eat my cock?" And then flip around. But I was just like, I remember doing that when I saw Sean Avery do this. Well, God, it's a long time ago now, 7 years ago, or something like that. And I thought to myself, I could have done that first. I'm like that comedian at the club that comes up to you and says, I was thinking of doing some material like that. Oh, were you?
Why don't you put it on a napkin and mail it to me 5 minutes ago?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
The NHL GMs approved 3-on-3 overtime, but we don't know the format as of yet. I'm all for this. Everybody's for this. But I want to start changing the rules. Maybe, I don't know, maybe hockey's such a game that you have to change the rules all the time. I'm less scared about this because of the success of the AHL, which is a very, very, very good hockey league. I wonder if I would love to see AHL matchups with European SHL teams.
That would be interesting.
KHL, I don't know if they can handle KHL, but I really do. I just would love to send a team, because I took a lot of shit from a Finnish guy a few weeks ago. I said European hockey sucks. And compared to the NHL product, it does. I got news for you. Do I watch European hockey? Sure. Actually, let me show you. My girlfriend took this picture. I'll put it up your screen right now. She's on her way to Dusseldorf. These are two fans in the train packed to, I guess, they're coming up in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs, the Germans. I'm not really sure. So ever since I got B-Win that offers like free streams of the SHL, I actually placed a bet while watching a game. I actually didn't finish the game because I had to put the show together on whether a team would not score in the first period. I can't pronounce the names of the fucking teams. It's the one with it was a live bet, yeah. And so and the quality was good. It was a good playoff game. There's no doubt, but it's not an NHL product. It's not an NHL product. So to me, yeah, that sucks. If you're not as good as the best guy, you suck. European players play with a hell of a lot of heart, and they want it, and I would never doubt that. But I think the product sucks, not the players so much. I'd love
to see an AHL All-Star team come over here and take on all comers. That'd be cool.
I wish they really, soccer does stuff like that. I mean, it's really. I would love to see more international club battles. I would really, I know it's not people would be too afraid, and you would never have like a Champions League like they have with FIFA.
And if someone
That's
gets
never
hurt,
going
oh
to
fuck!
happen. That's never going to happen.
Someone's top prospect gets hurt. Oh my god!
Can you imagine? But see, I got to take the injury thing out of it. For those who know the Champions League, let me give you a quick rundown for you dopey Americans and some of you Canadians, because you Canadians tend to be a little more soccer-wise. What happens is we have several top-flight soccer leagues because soccer is just that popular. Sometimes you really can't tell the difference with plays from Italy to England to Spain. So what they do is they slot. Like if you finished in second place, then you're slotted for the Champions League the next season. The Champions League, you can run and become the champion of Europa, all of it. And they even added a second tournament for sort of a second tier Champions League thing. It's bizarre. It's insane. I have some problems with it, but the idea of the best club in the world, it's the world's club champion. And this, look, it's just like, why do you call it the World Series? You don't only Americans play it. Well, you know what? It's the World Series of soccer, really, for club, because it's the best soccer's played in the United States, and the best baseball's played, or in Europe, and the best baseball's played in the United States. So it is kind of the World Club Championship, which is really cool.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes.
The only thing that draws worse ratings than hockey stuff. Soccer stuff, you goof.
Yeah, but would you like to see a club championship? Okay, I went on too long about that. You're
absolutely
right.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
No, you're absolutely right. But is there a part of you that wants to see that?
I would, because you're right, though. It is exciting. It's an exciting part of soccer, and it would be exciting in hockey, but there would be a lot of challenges, wouldn't there? I mean, my God,
God, I would love it.
You'd think. I mean, if you take the injury stuff out of it, who's going to play, who's not going to play? Do teams reserve the rights to not let some of their top prospects go?
Well, I would do it like this.
Fair? I mean, there's just so many things.
You win the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup. Those two teams go. So two teams go, and then the other leagues have to come up with systems to send theirs to the World Club Championship. It just would be. And then have a tournament, but it's like, see, soccer you can play all year round. You can't. They play too many games.
You can't play.
I don't know what to talk about. Let's move on. It's a nice
NHL and NBA seasons are way too long as it is. Yeah.
I was gonna cover this later, but now it kind of it actually this is a huge, this is a really big deal. The USA Network has cut a 10-year deal, Stanley Cup playoff games and World Cup hockey games, which will be not this summer but next summer.
That means USA Network.
USA Network with a 10-year. This is tremendous for the NHL. Of course, USA Network, host of the WWE, getting into the.
That's major cable, dude.
Yes, and it's Comcast/NBC. This is huge.
That's huge. Yeah, that's
and I
understatement.
It's really the success of Wednesday Night Rivalry. I think it's really the success of the NBC SN, something we didn't have when we lived in the States, which is really, really good sports channel, by the way. Whether it's for soccer or racing or anything, they've done a really good job in presenting the product. So I think it's just kind of this USA is just this natural growth.
The attendance, man. The attendance is so good in hockey this year.
You're saying
aside from a couple of teams, Jesus.
I got to be honest, if they take fighting out of the game, I might skip. Because I know it's going to be like European soccer, hockey. It's just going to be good, but not great.
Yeah,
and that would be unfortunate. 718-395-7660. We haven't heard from you in a little while. Please call in. 718-395-7660. Or call us on Shot from the Point. Make sure you send me a request first so you can call in. I can put you on my little list, and then you can call in, and we can add you to the call. Some new segment that I've added called Plays and Players. I guess we could have talked about the fight in that area, but Jonathan Toews 4-point night against the New York Islanders last night. That's tremendous.
Yeah.
It's
really it is.
get the fuck out. Listen to you.
It's a really captain, is. Man. That's boy. The captain. He's Jeter. Yeah,
he kind of is Jeter in a bit. You sound like Pierre McGuire, Frenchie McFrenchman.
I love Toews.
I like him too. I told you, a lot of people were sort of surprised, but I think me and you picked Toews to be our officer if there was a worse scenario.
Absolutely.
If there's any player in the league more deserving. Deb, Chicago Blackhawks fan living in Texas for whatever reason. What's on your mind?
Oh, my dear.
Hello. Hey, guys.
Hey. How are you?
Hello, Miss Lovely.
I'm fantastic.
And what's on your mind?
Y'all were talking about the changes that they're talking about, and I love the OT thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're right with you there.
Absolutely. And
I like shootouts, but not when they're so often.
yes, and I think that's really because that nobody wants ties, except maybe a handful of hardcore Canadians. And ties suck.
And soccer fans.
Ties sucked. And I think if you listen to the show yesterday, I think if you kind of if you make the shootout a little more rare, it's more exciting when it does happen. And you bring back the penalty shot, which is kind of a sort of it's just not as interesting as it used to be. It's like, oh, a penalty shot. And like I said yesterday, when we were like, it was nuts when I was a kid. Penalty shot! Oh my God! It was a game-changing event. Now it's like I've seen that before. I've seen it 100 times before. I've seen it in the shootout. Yeah. What do you think of the coach's challenge, kiddo?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's the kind of stance I'm taking.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Were you
like? It depends on the situation.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to I'm going to do a show tomorrow, and we're going to actually me and Dave are going to do some homework, and we're going to dig into what they have decided on. Hopefully, some more information will come out about it, and we're going to try to get into the analytics of the decisions they made, so we can maybe come to a better opinion. But right now, I'm really really uncomfortable with the whole thing. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, and with the Andrew Shaw thing,
yes,
he should get at least 3 games because that was disgusting.
Yeah,
I 3.
Totally agree. Totally,
I can make a case for 5, to be honest.
Yeah, it's because it's so deliberate.
Yeah,
it
just looked horrible. I mean, he came up and at him, up and at them. Boom.
Yeah. Because what happened is
it's retaliation.
It was retaliation.
The Islander dude, we're attacking and whacking him. You don't do that too.
Well, you know what I thought? What I thought I saw. Here's what I thought I saw, Deb. I think their visors clicked, and then it was not deliberate on Brock's part. I wanted to say Brock Lesnar, if you can believe that. It wasn't Brock's decision to do that, and Shaw get irritated, and he just let him have it. I think that's pretty much what it is. Hey, Deb, thanks for calling. Deb, we got some other folks on the line. Thank you very much. 718-395-7660. Call us a Shot from the Point. One word on Skype. Make sure you send me a request, and then we can add you to call. Patrick Quinn, South Jersey. What's on your mind, brother? Haven't talked to you in a minute.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while, man. How's class going?
How's the so far?
When he goes, it's great.
That was a secret.
Sorry.
I've just relegated that my Flyers are finally just going to become spoilers from now on.
Yes,
they're done.
I think that's it. Well, you got a nice fight with Jacob Voracek.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. I'll be honest with you.
You're sitting there, you're talking about fighting. And I just remembered the original NHL game for the Sega Genesis, how you had to back up and throw the punch.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good point. That was the first one.
I remember that.
It didn't matter. Like if you threw one hit, it was a brawl. The whole game was a friggin' brawl. And they calmed that down. They did a much better job. It was a little more realistic in the next year's game. Which can you name the next year's game? The first NHL from Genesis. What was the next year's game called? Do you remember?
NHLPA Hockey 93.
That you got it. That's right, because they couldn't get the team
and then
licensing.
They took the fighting out of it from 94 to 96, I think.
No, I think it went much longer than that.
Look at Patrick go.
Yeah, the EA Sports. No, I think it went a lot longer than that. I'd actually forgotten about it because I remember when 94 came out, which is probably the most complete version of that error.
95 was pretty good.
95. See, I started losing interest when they took the fighting out. It did lose interest, but 94 was such a good game because you actually could switch lines and make trades, which was really unique. You also could really turn the cartridge upside down. It kind of fucked it up. Every so often you'd put the thing in and wait a minute, where'd my line go? How come Steve Larmer's not in the Kings?
Also 95 was where you could create your own guy for the first time.
Yes. Is that it? 95, you create your own guy. So, yeah, a lot of the stuff that we take for granted now is coming in those things. But you couldn't fight, and it kind of sucked. But the 93 fighting was the best because it kind of happened if Ty Domi came up upon Bob Provert. It was almost like it was like a dice roll thing, and if they came in contact with each other, which is kind of like the way it works. You couldn't instigate the fight.
Do you remember the glitch in the game, how it was easy to score a goal Do you remember?
You could pass through the goalie's 5-hole, correct?
No, it was go around the net.
Oh, yes, which some NHL players have actually imitated. If you go around the net, that's right. Yeah. Yes.
It's like the easiest thing to.
That's also like I gotta be honest with you. With most of the EA games, that sort of traveling around on the net, it's always sort of a weakness before their AI. It's still sort of a legitimate tactic. It doesn't go in like guaranteed 100%, but it's still it's something that never happens in a hockey game. But just to go up and around like that and then fire and score, it was a guaranteed save by the goalie like 99% of the time. But even now, it's the one thing they really can't get a hold of. That goal tends to go in. EA never really cornered the AI issue with going around or just doing.
It wasn't as bad as Sega Sports' AI for All-Star Hockey '98. All you had to do was just fire the puck from the blue line.
Oh, Jesus.
What about Mutant League Hockey, huh?
Mutant League Hockey?
That was awesome.
I like Mutant League Hockey. That wasn't bad.
Bribe the ref.
You could bribe the ref in Mutant League Hockey?
I know in football you could.
In football, yeah.
You could do it in hockey, too.
Oh, you could? You could bribe the ref.
I just remember that. Bribe the ref. I just love that shit. It was awesome, man.
Oh, God. They really got to bring stuff like that back, NHL hits.
Here's a throwback. Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel. Cling! I remember, one day everybody couldn't wait for hockey in gym class, and then they handed us, one day they handed us these styrofoam sticks, and we're just sitting around like, what the fuck is this? Because I guess hockey was
5 years older than me.
Styrofoam sticks.
Styrofoam, and I remember because it was about I'd say it was like 1987 or something, and this one guy goes, "Blades of styrofoam, clunk."
Hold on, you're what? 5 years older than me?
I'm 38, correct? Yeah.
You're 8 years older than me. Hey, when I was in school, they upgraded to plastic.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Well,
I didn't get any of that shit in Vegas,
can still get
man.
cut on plastic. You know what I mean, bud? You definitely can still get cut on plastic.
I got none of that shit in Vegas. I got ripped.
All right, Pat, I'm feeling guilty that I gave you more time than Deb, so I'm going to get rid of you. All right, take care, brother.
Come on.
The big man with all the EA stuff. I could do a
dropping
show.
Video game
I could do a show on that. I mean, NHL... and you'd say the same thing about the NFL too. NHL has become such a part of our culture as far as EA's NHL. It's and now they have all sorts of new things with HUT and trading and it's really a part of fantasy hockey. It is the ultimate fantasy hockey machine.
It is.
Yeah, and it's just gotten better over time. I only got it for 360 this year. I couldn't get it because I couldn't swing the money for the Xbox. That's actually that is a dream of mine to have it hooked up to the channel and then actually do videos one day. So I definitely.
You're gonna pull a Huffman.
Yes, that's one of the reasons I was taking Huffman videos. I kind of wish that I had done more Huffman videos. I just kind of got overwhelmed with the kind of trick that we tried early in the year with another show and separate shows. It's just too much stuff going on. It's for more than I can handle, even if somebody's unemployed. Now I got class, so I mean those things aren't happening. So we could go to a situation where we're only broadcasting live once a week. So that could be a situation.
It'll just make it a more beautiful thing when it happens.
Yes, it will, and it probably could get more callers and what have you. Of course, we gotta do some work on Sunday night. We definitely got to bring it in. I gotta have a class with. I might be up tonight. Maybe I'll watch a fucking game. I don't know.
Time for your master class, gentlemen.
Yes. What else we got? 718-395-760. If you got any hockey topics or you Skype us a shot from the point, make sure you add me as a contact before you do.
I got a story for you.
Sure, what do you got?
Henrik Lundqvist cleared to practice.
Yeah.
Can you believe he's been out 6 weeks? It does not feel like he's been out that long.
Henrik who? Our starter's Cam Talbot.
Right. That's why the 6 weeks has just gone by so quickly.
Yes, it has. I was hoping for 500. Now we're looking down the barrel of the President's Trophy? Oh my God, how things change.
If you guys want to put in Henrik tonight, I'm okay with that, by the way. Go ahead.
No.
Get Cam out of there.
Yeah, get Cam out of there. Yeah, you should suspended him for something, right? Didn't
he headbutt somebody? I swore he headbutt somebody.
It brings up an interesting topic. Does that bring up a goalie controversy when he comes back, in your opinion?
It all depends. I don't think it does initially.
No.
I don't think it does initially. They're going to give the credit. They're going to give the benefit of the doubt to Henrik. And then if Hank doesn't produce in like 5 or 6 games, or if he slumps in the playoffs, look for a hook. If he doesn't look right, they can cite that injury anytime they want, and they got a guy ready to go. But they won't let it go more than 5 or 6 games because you don't want Cam to get cold.
No, and I think my biggest fear is if he starts off cold, Lundqvist, that the Ranger fans, being Ranger fans, will start calling for Lundqvist's head a little too quick, a little too early.
Oh, I can hear it now. Talbot. I can hear it now.
I don't think they do that to him because he's pretty beloved, but they might start screaming on the radio stations, like the call-in stations.
Nobody gets in between a cup, though, Tommy. Come on.
Devious Dave Rose, I don't need any teaching. I don't wear a baseball cap inside, nor do I chew gum prior broadcast. That chat message was apparently sent from 1812. You know. Hey, Dave, we're doing like we're supposed to be like working class guys. You know, I got the baseball shirt and the baseball hat, and I like since when? Since when is this a problem? Gum. I mean, it's shot from the point, not puck daddy. You know what? Fuck it. You better be in a suit tomorrow, douchey.
We'll link you up with Lampert.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. Well, no, then you'd have to put on a fucking flannel and big thick glasses you probably don't need, just to make yourself look more like.
Remove your hats.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else I got.
There's plenty of other things to complain about. Gum and hat. Come on, player.
No, I don't think I have too much money. Andrew Hammond apparently has been given free McDonald's for life.
Yeah, the Hamburglar.
The Hamburglar.
You know what? That's how to get me a rookie goalie or a young goalie getting hot and getting free food. Come on.
Yeah.
That's like a dream of mine.
What a story it is out there. Him and Dubnik. Yeah, really great goalie stories. You know, Devin Dubnik and Dubnik, I can't say his name right. Devin Dubnik and Andrew Hammond. We're talking these guys at the bottom of the barrel in bad shape. And now, I mean, they may. I do think Boston's going to pull it out. But I mean, what a great story in both conferences. I hope
they should pull it out. Ottawa's got they're 4 back right now.
Don't even try me, Tommy. I could be in a freaking suit if I wanted to. Who cares? We're selling hockey fans. Like what? Well, let me tell you something. Here's the thing. Let me tell you something, Dave. If we could have like a set, I gotta be honest, it probably looks similar to the look that we have now with the stuff going on in the background, and everybody's gonna be dressed like they dress, like some street clothes. I would never. I don't dress like this because I can't afford a suit. You know. This is the look I'm going for, Dave.
I just had flashbacks to the Creators Corner interview where he blew my mind by showing up in a suit, drinking
I don't know.
beer.
I just don't go. It's not what we're doing.
I love Dave Rose, man. I love him.
Yeah, we're not. I don't think anybody would like it. I don't.
Let's all show up in suits tomorrow, now.
I don't think anybody would like it.
Tommy, how was the hockey today, Tommy?
I don't know. How's the weather? I hate that shit, to be honest with you.
We'll have pipes. It'll be great.
If let's say things took off here and we got some kind of network deal or something like that, which I don't expect, and I don't know if I want because I like being the boss. Yeah, absolutely. I would demand that we keep the look. You know, I demand we keep the look. I was not a big watcher of this show, but the best damn sports show on earth was kind of like that. It was like more middle-aged guys, though. So
you mean best damn sports show period?
Is that whatever? And obviously,
Tom Arnold and shit.
Yeah, but that was a really good idea. I always thought. I thought that show's not on anymore, right?
No, God, no. Chris Rose was like the host of that.
Yeah. It was like, Chris Rose, and they had comedians on, and like.
Yeah, they had Tom Arnold.
People got loose, and it was just funny. They made Roseanne jokes about Tom Arnold, which is always funny. Vancouver unveils Pat Quinway to honor hockey icon and former Canucks head coach, and I think player as well. Happy St. Paddy's Day to the memory of the Irishman Pat Quinn. And from what I understand, they did a really great job over there honoring him in Knucklehead Land over there in Vancouver. And Dave, that's all I got. I think we should do the scores in Biggity Bounce. Biggity Bounce.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. If it's okay with Dave. And take your hat off. You're inside.
Oh, yeah, the beanie.
Lord of senators.
He's a hat bigot.
Yeah.
You're a hat bigot, Dave Rose. I got a beanie on.
Oh, jeez.
A Star Wars beanie.
Star Wars beanie.
Fuck with it.
You have no class. You have no class. No class whatsoever.
I got a video game shirt on, an obscure one at that. I got a fucking Star Wars beanie on. At least it's Darth Vader. Who wants to fuck with this?
Ottawa Senators, they take the Carolina Hurricanes 2-1 in OT. It just keeps rolling for the Hamburglar. Pittsburgh, they get shut out by the New Jersey Devils. 2-1 is your final. The Connor McDavid sweepstakes. They shock the Boston Bruins, beat them in the shootout, and I lose money. That was like my one guarantee bet that was going to get me through. And I
love
lost.
that you're the worst gambler ever.
Well, I won one today. That's today.
Good. Well, there you go.
There was no goal. I watched that Swedish game. Oh, actually, I was watching the Swedish game. Guess who scored in the Swedish game?
Who?
Henrik Lundqvist's brother, Joel Lundqvist.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, that's right. Joel Lundqvist actually scored in this game. And this team, I can't pronounce the name, but they have a really cool logo. It's an Indian head, which sort of pissed off a lot of fucking Redskin guy, but it's like an American Indian. It's a bitchin' logo. I guess it's supposed to take off the hawks a little bit. Yeah, I think it's supposed to take off the hawks a little bit, but it's kind of a really mean-looking chief facing you. It's just badassery squared to the first power.
That's a lot of badassery.
Yeah, that was my guarantee bet. You know what I bet? I bet. Let's see. I'll tell you what I did tonight. This will be funny. Here, let's go. We'll get back to the score. Here's what I did. Fuck
the scores. We're talking about hockey betting.
Let's go. Well. All right, let's go to the scores, and I'll tell you what I did in a minute. The Montreal Canadiens, they take the Cats 3-2. Might be over for the Cats. The Minnesota North Stars, that's right, I said North Stars, they take on the Nashville Predators and lose in OT 3-2. The slide continues for Nashville. They are showing signs of burnout, if you ask me. Winnipeg Jets get a much-needed win over the San Jose Sharks. They take that 5-2. And the New York Islanders utterly dominated by the Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks making a big statement, if you ask me. 4-1 for Chicago.
Bigger one tonight, my friend.
Speaking of statements, St. Louis took Calgary seriously last night. They took them 4-1. Let's hope they're not. I really want Calgary to make the playoffs, though. I'm so excited about that team making the playoffs. If they can, from Johnny Hockey
St. Louis
in
is a
New
good
Jersey.
team, though, man.
What's that?
That's not a bad loss, though. St. Louis is a really good team.
Well, St. Louis looks like they're finally getting it back together.
They're getting it together.
Yeah, they got a winning record. They're exactly who we thought they were.
That's
exactly
right.
who we thought they were. The Blues were who they thought we were. We let them off the hook.
We let them off the hook.
We let them off the hook.
Denny Green.
I should put that in the cards when the video's encoding. I let him off the hook. We can start
thinking of Denny Green right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I love that. The Vancouver Knuckleheads, they take the Philadelphia Flyers 4-1. I think I hit every bet. So, anyway, tonight's games are, we'll go over the Chicago Blackhawks, Wednesday Night Rivalry. They take on the New York Rangers on their East Coast tour, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. 2 late-night games. The Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Edmonton Oilers. Snore. And the Stanley Cup champions, they take on the Anaheim Mighty Punks at your 10:30 late night Wednesday night rivalry lock of the week. Whatever. I can't say Wednesday night rivalry lock of the week with our failed sort of show. All right, here's what I did. Was it yesterday? All right, here's what I did tonight. I took the Rangers over Chicago, which, by the way, they are not favorites, okay? Then I took...
Is it a push?
What's that?
Is it a push?
Yes, this is a multi, but this is like a parlay bet. This is like a parlay bet. So, all right, so I took the Rangers over Chicago, right? This is the parlay bet. Then I took Edmonton over Columbus, which is a little risky, but they did win the other night. Yeah. And then I took LA over Anaheim. I just had a good feeling about it. So that's my high, big odds, low risk parlay bet. All right, it pays to pay off a little. The thing is, they're giving 3 points on Chicago. Chicago's actually the underdog going into the Garden, which surprised me a little. So I was like, look, I made a different bet, a single bet on Chicago straight up. So I sort of win either way, I think. So it's kind of like, I usually just do the guarantee. Like normally I would just take Columbus over Edmonton because they're the worst team, and then I do my parlay bet to hoping to hit big. So, but I took I sort of bet on Chicago too. So if Chicago wins, I'm still going to make more money or just as much money if I hit the parlay.
You hedged
bet, right?
your bet.
Yeah, I hedged my bet. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. So what do you think of that? As far as
it was a smart move. I mean, but your parlay screwed because the Rangers are not winning.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
But then I get the money back straight up. If the Rangers don't win, then I get the money back because they're given 3 points. The Chicago's the underdog, which shocked the crap out of me. I mean, I would never.
It doesn't shock me. You're the best team in the league.
Yeah, they really go.
And you're at home.
Well, you know what's going to happen tonight? I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get in front of Corey Crawford, and we're going to do this and give it that. And if you try anything against my man Cam Talbot, there's going to be people coming in there are going to be like, get out of my creek!